Hey everyone. You know, ever since HasCon, and the fact that the MLP panel showed us the WIP animatronic, animatic, if you will, the work in progress for season 8, for either the premiere or the finale or whatever it is. A lot of people have come onto the forums and decided to kind of give their ideas or their hopes for what they hope to see in season 8, or at least they want to hope to see be focused on, touched upon, in the upcoming season. Well, thanks to a fellow fan called VG Attic at both sites, at both the MLP forums and the forums at Equestria Daily, a lot of people have been able to voice their opinion. A lot of people have been able to kind of say what they would like to see and what they would like to hope get resolution and all that. Some, including myself, like to see would like to see one situation come to, not come to its end, but come to a resolution that's satisfying for all. And I think you all know what that is. But surprisingly, the other thing people would like to see is the return of Sunset Shimmer in some kind of capacity. Now, I don't blame them for that. And I think the reason they would like to see that happen is because even for that brief period at the beginning of Mirror Magic, it gave fans an idea, and it gave them hope that yes, this could indeed happen. That yes, this could indeed happen. Yes, this indeed could be a reality. And that's why, they want to see this occur with Sunset Shimmer. However, Sunset's not the only thing people would like to see. There are other options out there fans would like to see, and I'll provide a link to both message boards where you can find the topic, because you got a variety of different answers from fans of what they will hope to get touched, of what they hope would get touched upon, and what they hope to see happen and occur in season 8. I mean, just like with this season and previous seasons, you have 26 episodes. At least I think you've had 26 episodes all the way around. So, with 26 episodes, literally half a year's worth, a lot of fans are hoping plenty of what they hope to see gets touched upon. Now, I don't want to roll too much longer, and I don't want to babble on or blab on a little too much. So let's just get right into what I would hope to see, because yes, I did contribute my own 2 cents on both message boards with the same answers. So let's just get right into what I would like to hope to see. And again, I'll provide the links down below so you guys can check them out as well. But one of the things I would like to see, and I've listed 6 of them, the first one I would like to see is a follow-up to the season 5 episode Amending Fences. The reason I would like to see this is I think with this season proving that the Cutie map can call upon just about any other pony or character besides the main 6, this would be the perfect opportunity to do a follow-up. It really would be. And if a certain wizard is supposed to be making a comeback soon, just don't know where or when, this would be a nice little tie-in to that. Because maybe you can have a certain wizard acknowledge that he knew about Twilight being chosen by Celestia, but also acknowledge that originally Twilight was going to be chosen along with 5 other unicorns, and that was going to be your main 6 originally, before Celestia decided to go in the direction she did with Twilight instead of the Ponyville. So maybe something like that might occur. Maybe we'll find out that Twilight was supposed to originally team up with 6 of her classmates. I'm just saying. But again, we won't know unless we get a follow-up, and I hope we do. Because I think a lot of us would like to see Minuet and Moondancer and Lemon Heartstrings and Lyra. We didn't even see Lyra. We didn't see Lyra in the episode. We heard her be referenced by Minuet and everything. So to have Lyra be part of this, and then whatever that other unicorn's name is as well, along with Moondancer, I think this would be a unique opportunity that you cannot miss. To me, this would be a unique opportunity that you can't miss, and you can't pass up. So hopefully in season 8, one of the things we'll get is a follow-up to Amending Fences. I think they do that and probably go with the scenario I'm thinking they could go with. I think it might work. So that's one of the things I would like to see. Secondly, I would like to see, like a lot of people, surprisingly, according to one person at the message boards, I don't know if it was the original poster of the topic or the original topic poster or somebody else, but somebody said they were surprised that a lot of people would like to see this. And that is, secondly, I would like to see a Spike in Rarity episode that finally answers the prosperity question and is like a love letter to the fans and supporters of the pairing. In other words, I would like everybody, I would like to see some kind of resolution come from this, and hopefully it comes in a way that they both acknowledge, just kind of like they did in Secret of My Excess at the end. They kind of acknowledge that there is something there besides friendship, and maybe, hopefully, by doing so, they go in a direction that makes it look like it's truly possible. Because, let me put it to you like this. Let me put it to you like this. If they can hint from cartoon and comic that there's something between Discord and Fluttershy, and even have an issue where they go back in time and Discord meets up with one of his former, I guess you could say, love interest, who still has feelings for him and is a bit jealous of Fluttershy, then yeah, I think it's possible. I think it's possible any kind of creature can fall in love with any other kind of creature in the MLP universe. So to me, I would like anybody else, I would like to see an episode where we get a final resolution to the whole Spike Rarity deal, and like I said, hopefully it's done like a love letter to the fans and supporters of that pairing, and perhaps they could do it, like I said, in a way that kind of shows that that it's possible, that it can be a reality, and then leave it from there. I've mentioned this time and time again. Burning Heart Bronies, A Change of Heart webcomic is a good example of how it can be done and how it can be done right. So that's what I hope, and obviously a lot of others are hoping, get some kind of resolution next year with an episode, and hopefully the episode is done as a love letter to the fans and supporters of the pairing. So hopefully next year, if we get a Spike and Rarity episode, it's done in a manner that's a love letter to the fans and supporters of the pairing. And it's done in a way that acknowledges that there's something between them, but does it in a way that's satisfying to a lot of the fans out there. All right, number 3. The third thing I would like to see is an episode. Now, I'm going to have to do some explanation here. Third thing I would like to see is an episode similar to the 00 Chipmunk episode from Disney's Rescue Rangers, with Rainbow Dash in the role that Gadget was in, the femme fatale, and with Spike in the inspiring spy role. All right, a little explanation, a little backstory. Back in 1989, a year before a year before the Disney Afternoon debuted officially. Disney debuted in 1989 officially on syndication and around the world, Chip 'n Dale's Rescue Rangers. Even though the show actually had debuted about a year or so before as a sneak peek on the Disney Channel, it officially made its debut in 1989. Now, throughout its 65-episode run, it had several creative episodes. One of the episodes was called Double O Chipmunk. And the reason this, in my opinion, is one of the more prolific and iconic episodes that the series has had is because for a majority of the series, you had the characters pretty much in their comfort zone. Always wearing the same clothes, always wearing the same clothes, doing their job to save the day, stuff like that. Rarely would you see them out of those, everyday outfits and in casual clothes. Like if they go to the beach and stuff like that, or they decide to go have a picnic or whatever. Well, Double O Chipmunk, to me, turned that around. Basically, really spiced things up, if you will. See, one of the characters, Dale, in a sense is kind of similar to Spike in some way. See, Spike likes comic books, likes fantasy, action, adventure, things like a Dungeons and Dragons inspired game, stuff like that. And he would even be the kind that would be probably get into something like a spy genre, spy movies, spy novels, spy books, you name it, spy comics, you name it. So him and Dale are very similar in that perspective. So here's the gist of it. Long story short, Dale is a fan of a fictional spy character called Dick Suave. Inspiring to be just like him, Dale suggests that maybe if he and his fellow teammates learned some of those moves and abilities, they could be better than ever. So, after being brushed off about it by his teammates, Dale decides to make it a reality. He decides to make it a reality. His teammates are woken up by this. They see what's going on. The one that's probably the most impressed is Gadget. Gadget by what she sees. And later on, to make up for the fact that, well, he did kind of embarrass himself in the long run. And basically had people, humiliate him for what he did, his own teammates. Gadget decides she's going to make it up to him. She's going to make it up to him because she sees so much effort put into this, because she sees him putting so much effort into making his dream a reality. She decides, you know what, I'm going to help him out. She gets the other Rangers to help her, and for a time in the episode, puts together this little spy game to make up for embarrassing and humiliating and hurting Dale's feelings when all he was trying to do was make his dream a reality and thus help his team out in the long run. So what happens is Gadget, coming up with this idea for a spy game to make it up to Dale and make him feel better, decides to step out of her comfort zone and dress up like a femme fatale. She puts on a wig, she puts on lipstick, eyeshadow, a dress, you name it. She goes all out for this. And to me, when I look at My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, I think an episode like that, very similar to what they did Rescue Rangers, would be perfect. Now I know you might say, well, why would Rainbow Dash be in that position of Gadget? Well, let me put it to you like this. If you put Twilight in that position, the way they've written Spike at times, Spike would be able to tell that it's Twilight in disguise. Same with Applejack. Same with Pinkie Pie. Same probably with Fluttershy. Most definitely the same with Rarity. So who would be the one that you would not think would do something like this? Who is the one that you would think would never take on the role of a sexy femme fatale? Rarity. Now you might say we kind of got a glimpse of that in season 6 when she tried to impersonate Rarity at one point. That's correct. And what I didn't mean to say Rarity, I meant to say Rainbow Dash. Sorry about that. But yeah, you might say, well, why would Rainbow Dash be the one? Because like I said, Rainbow Dash, because if all the other main 6 were to try to take on the femme fatale role, the way they wrote Spike would be able to see right through them. Would he be able to see right through Rainbow Dash if she took it on? Possibly not. The reason being is because Rainbow Dash is seen as not always being a femme fatale-like character. Now again, you might say she took on the role of Rarity temporarily in trying to find and impress the Wonderbolts in Newbie Dash. And that's true, she did. But that's when she was trying to see what personality of her friends besides her own would probably fit in with the Wonderbolts. Catch my drift? The point is, I believe that if they were to do an episode similar to this, and if you want to find the episode, I'm pretty sure you can find it on YouTube or Dailymotion or wherever. But basically, if they were to do something similar to that, I think Rainbow Dash would definitely be the best candidate to take on the role that Gadget did as the femme fatale. Because like I said, the way Spike is written at times, Spike would be able to see through the others, know it's them, but if it comes to a pony like Rainbow Dash, who's to say he'd be able to tell? I'm just saying. Because, a lot of people say Rainbow Dash is the most tomboyish of the group. Well, here's one way to kind of throw a wrench into that, if you know what I mean. But anyway, I've spent long enough on this, but yeah, that's the third thing I would like to see, an episode similar to the 00 Chipmunk episode from Rescue Rangers. Because I think, again, if done in this way, done in a similar way, but with Rainbow Dash in the role that Gadget took on for a spy game, and that's be the femme fatale, I think it could work. I really do. All right, number 4. An episode dedicated to the Guardians of Harmony line. Yes, they're bringing out all these Guardians of Harmony toys that are very inspired by the cartoon series and the comics. So why not dedicate an episode to that? Or at least an arc or so to that. I think that is something a lot of people would appreciate, a lot of fans would appreciate, to finally see the Guardians of Harmony finally brought to life on the small screen. I think a lot of people would like to see that. Why? Because think about it. You're Hasbro, you're putting a lot of money into this Guardians of Harmony line. Why not take advantage of it and have an episode or 2 dedicated to it? I'm just saying. But I think, that's another episode that they should try to do in season 8. An episode dedicated to the Guardians of Harmony line. I think that's what they need to do. All right, number 5. Number 5, I would like to see a Cadence-centered episode. Now, I know you're thinking, well, Cadence is portrayed as that perfect princess, right? Is she? Is Cadence portrayed as the perfect princess? I don't think so. I think, honestly, Cadence, in my opinion, is more to her than we expect. And I think a Cadence-centered episode would be perfect. In fact, I think if they were to do this, they should do a Cadence-centered episode that's more cartoonish than we can expect. And maybe at the end of the episode, whatever they want to put Cadence in as far as plot is concerned, if you make it very cartoonish more so than it has been, I would like to see her at the end either do 2 things. I would like to see her either melt into a puddle, kind of like she's just happy the day's over, and she's just so exhausted that that visually you'll see her melt into a puddle. That could work. Or have her relax in a huge bubble bath, and then probably hear something like Shining Armor, or Chasing After the Flurry Heart, or something like that, and then just have her submerge under the bubbles with just her horn poking out, kind of glowing or something like that. And that's about it. But yeah, a cadence-centered episode, do it in a very cartoonish, Looney Tunes style like way, I think could work. Because it would give more depth, more character development, especially from a comedic side. Because I think Cadence, she can have her serious side, but I think if she gets a comedic, but if they give her a very humorous comedic episode, I think that could definitely work to her strengths. So that's another thing I would like to see, a cadence-centered episode. And finally, I would like to see, this is number 6, finally, I would like to see a follow-up to the episode from season, I think, what was it, season 4? I'd like to see a follow-up to Power Ponies. Yeah, I would like to see a follow-up to Power Ponies, because you know what? I think that could work. I think that's got potential to have a follow-up done with it. And I think a lot of people would love it. I think a lot of people would enjoy seeing a Power Ponies follow-up. I really do. So to me, Power Ponies would definitely be something I would like to see a follow-up done on. So in closing, again, I would like to see a follow-up to Amending Fences, a Spike and Rarity episode that finally answers the disparity question and is done as a loving letter. It is done as a love letter, I should say, to the fans and supporters of the pairing. So I'd like to see a Spike and Rarity episode there. An episode that's similar to Double O Chipmunk from Disney's Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers, very similar, but in this case, have Rainbow Dash dress herself up or be dressed up as the femme fatale and act like the femme fatale, and Spike being in the inspiring spy role. I think that could work. If done right, I think that could really work. 4, I'd like to see an episode dedicated to the Guardians of Harmony line. Again, like I said, Hasbro's putting a lot into this. Why not do an episode or so dedicated to it? 5, I would like to see a cadence-centered episode. Again, maybe do it in a very comedic, cartoonish way, to where at the end of the episode, she's elated and just so elated and exhausted from the day's events that you can either see her visually melt into a puddle, or have her soak in a bubble bath, to where maybe there's some kind of comedic commotion with Shining Armor and the baby, and Cadence just decides to submerge under the bubble bath with only her horn sticking out glowing. So that would be nice to see. And then finally, a follow-up to Power Ponies, because I think that could definitely have potential if done correctly and written correctly. So that's what I'd like to see. But what do you guys all think? What would you like to see for follow-ups? What would you like to see in Season 8? What episodes would you like to see occur? Maybe resolutions done, follow-ups done? Let me know what you think down below. Comment if you like. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know down below. Comment if you like. And I'm out. Thank you all for listening. God bless. Take care. And take your time if you want to in listening to this, because I know it's long. God bless. Take care.